ankle injury. And Nussmeier goes under center. That's a rarity. And pressure up front. Dylan Stewart immediately.
Anderson.
LSU hasn't scored on an opening drive all season. Flag on the play on the perimeter catch by Juwan Johnson. Barry is now the running back. Barry looking to get to the edge. Nussmeier stands tall in the pocket, tries to jump. It's batted down and incomplete.
Densing the pocket into Garrett Nussmeier. Nussmeier feels it, unable to get to the check down, and already 2 plays out of 3. Dylan Stewart making an impact in this game.
And so LSU. And Juwan Johnson takes the snap and takes it straight ahead.
For the first half of the season.
On second and manageable. Trying to work the left side. And Juwan Johnson gets
mismatch.
Nussmeier looking, fires a little behind Green.
Garrett Nussmeier is expecting him to come up here and sit. He's going to come up and break out a little bit too much. That's why that ball is behind. Nussmeier feels Jalen Kilgore in zone coverage out there. Doesn't want to lead him into that. So just not on the same page there with Trey'Dez Green.
Damian Ramos on for a day. Nussmeier looking for a screen. Instead, it's his tight end, Bauer Sharp, who lowers his shoulders.
Like we're used to seeing last year. That's what I'm keeping an eye on early.
That hip injury is what should have sidelined him for a good chunk of fall practice.
He's been loading up that back hip a little bit more.
On second down, he's going to try and scramble. And he lowers his shoulder and dives across the logo. That's a first down run. Caden Durham is the back here. They loaded up, needing less than a yard. He gets stoned at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he.
Davis, and then makes the tackle. Watch him on the right side of your screen. That's a big man that he's just saying, you're not going to move me. And then with one arm making the tackle on Caden Durham while reinforcements show up.
And a short field for a field goal on its second. Sling out to Kyle
Out of your hand quickly by Nuss.
Pardon me, second and short. And freshman running back flanks Nussmeier. He escapes to the flat, and they go to him there, and he's immediately taken down by Sean.
Every day to work on firing out.
But that's a metal shoot, by the way.
It's metal bars, yeah.
Clangs loudly. Here's Kyle Parker.
When I was at Vandy, so not always open.
Nussmeier look right, goes back right, got a deep ball into the corner, and incomplete.
Just a hair too long, trying to find Nick Anderson working on the right side on Bakari Swain. Ball's actually in a good spot to dig or something, but watch his back foot. You can see he's loading it much more. That back knee is going to be bent a little bit as he pushes off. It's always going to come off.
Took over after a missed field goal from South Carolina. Again, to the intermediate game, regardless of if
or just at the right time. That time looked good.
Nussmeier backing up, gets hit as he throws, and finds his tight end, Trey'Dez Green.
I'll tackle Weston Davis. Watch this move as he comes around the corner. It's a great job, a little crossover, working through a chip as well, and I think got in on the lower body of Nuss.
Here's Xavier Thomas. Now he flips the gun, and Johnson gets bobbled up, and the ball came loose. See if LSU recovered it. And South Carolina comes rushing out with the football. There is no.
Johnson trying to reach out right at the goal line. Gets knocked out by Monkel Goodwine. And
Harlem Berry in the backfield. Underperformed for a variety of reasons over the course of this season. And Durham sneaks. They've got Sharp, the tight end, helping him out this time, and they're going to try to keep it on the ground. Durham sheds a would-be tackler, and he takes off down the sideline.
Big right here. Watch him just go one-on-one with Brian Thomas. Hands a little bit on the outside, but great initial push. He drove him through.
And now first down, Nussmeier to throw, lobs it. It is a flag drawn, and that's a successful play.
And when we can, Chris Hilton actually takes an inside release here, which makes it really tough on Garrett Nussmeier for where to put this ball. He did about as good as a job as he could. You see the contact from Cisse down the line there. You just got to get an outside release.
Got to go to slant here, and a nifty move by Trey'Dez Green after the catch, and he takes it down as the best coverage guy on the field, but got upended by his own man. Back to Baton Rouge in a moment. split out as well. Empty backfield. Nussmeier to the corner. And there it is. They finally hold.
Here, 6'2". He's not a short corner by any stretch of the imagination, but the ball up and away on the shelf is absolutely perfect. You cannot put that any better if you stood there and handed it to him. Watch the location. There is nothing Collier can do. He's in great position.
Oh, really? You just carrying a baseball around with you?
There's a guy named Podamski that maybe helped me with that.
To the edge, first catch of the.
We have been on the beam together, yes. Didn't go well for me, but.
That feels like that's what we were always so scared of growing up, is the foam pit.
Nussmeier goes under center, and Caden Durham,
the quarterback.
And now 3rd and 7. Carolina bringing the house. Nussmeier smoked, and it comes up short. Pick up on Nussmeier. Here's the hit.
Fred Johnson coming clean. Nuss did a great job.
They have more interceptions already this point in the season than they had all of last year. And Nussmeier drives that one to Trey'Dez Green, who picks up. And the handoff goes to Caden Durham, who picks up the first down.
Maybe not quite hitting 100, but hitting up around 96, 97.
Steps up and goes deep down the middle of the field. This is Hilton. And it popped loose.
We've seen end up short. That ball right on the money. Hilton just tracking it. Maybe a little on the back hip, so it was underthrown by a yard at most. This is a ball that Chris Hilton's got to come down with.
Flown in the middle of the front row of the booth. Up here, Nussmeier on a bum ankle fires into coverage and somehow threads
the definition of a gunslinger. Look up that throw right there. That was tight coverage on the run, man underneath, man over the top, and somehow it got through.
A timid quarterback doesn't even think about it. They shut Nussmeier on 2nd and 7, 4-man rush. To the outside, just a little bit wide for Xavier.
Nussmeier tonight.
3rd and long. Nussmeier slings it over the middle, overthrows man, and it's picked off by.
To avoid pressure coming from the right, Momkel Goodwine's going to come on a stunt, and that's going to. You see how he threw it, anticipating that pressure to his left side, so he never got through the ball, left it high. That's when you slide your hand underneath that football, because you don't finish the throw, it's going to pop up and go high.
They're like Uncle Rico slinging pizzas.
Yeah, right at Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. Durham finds some room. Win. Out of the end zone up towards the 10. Beamer ankle injury. They're going to throw it on 3rd down, and he goes deep. It is incomplete. And here it is, getting rid of it quickly. And he goes to Trey'Dez Green.
Good things happen.
And now Durham weaves his way through the South Carolina defense and say hello. They get some recruits in town tonight. Down the sideline. There's Trey'Dez Green again. And that is
on Dylan Stewart.
Nussmeier quickly to the slant, and a break free on the catch and run by Kyle Parker, and he takes it to the house for 43 yards.
Fiver coming. You got one high safety, man coverage across the board, and you got a slant right here on outside leverage. Just replace the blitzer, get Kyle Parker in space, and let him do work. It's a great catch and run. Remember, for a guy as a redshirt sophomore, getting more opportunities with the injury to Aaron Anderson, showing why. I think that's a missed call. South Carolina should have been able to run that play and quite possibly would have picked.
Add to it from both the punter's perspective and the center's. Nussmeier's trying to escape the end zone and just barely gets out of there before getting shoved out of bounds. Is it the LSU?
That takes another little hit on the sideline there. It's just that right ankle that's been taped up. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that thing.
Yeah. Nussmeier pressured, escapes up the middle, and bomb wheel and all, he will stumble his way to a 1st down and a little bit more.
Right here is going to be on a stunt. They're going to bring both guys this way. They're trying to attack Cohen Eccles, the left guard that's replacing Paul Mabinga, and this does a great job by Nuss of letting the pressure pass you, stepping up, and even with that bum ankle, big gain and a big play with his left.
That's Brian Kelly and Joe Sloan want him to just let it hang out and go play ball. Here's a run by Juwan Johnson, and now a foot race. And Johnson finally caught from behind by Payne.
Double team right here. That is great pad level, great movement from Braylon Moore and Cohen Eccles right there to open up the hole.
It sounded pretty consistent.
Now off the left side. But Cohen. Yep. Nussmeier slings it, and it is picked up at the goal line.
Decision. He's going to get a guy coming off the edge, but the RPO action is actually supposed to be off this guy. If he triggers, then you throw it. He doesn't, and that's the guy that's going to get the interception. That RPO should be triggered off the third level. You're running to the right. Oh, you see he caught that, yeah, just in the field of play. Looks like that was a little bit of a selfish decision by Nuss there, trying to take some time off this clock and pick up a couple first downs, unless Dylan Stewart decides to blow up here.
It won't be three handoffs, and he's able to go the short way, and the completion to Harlem. Looking for Trey'Nez Green. He's covered, and behind the intended receiver Barrett.
Watch this route come open right over here. It's going to cross the hash and be wide open. He's got a chance to squeeze that ball in there. Obviously, to
Alston. Nussmeier gets it out quickly. This is Trey'Nez Green who turns it upfield. People will write to say, well, hey, he's 6'7", 245. Is he a receiver? Can he block a little bit? Nussmeier off his back foot.
Good coverage downfield, so Kilgore late able to get to Nussmeier. Man, after that, I love the call. Put yourself behind the chains.
Green in motion. They run it off right tackle. Here's Caden Durham. And Durham got blasted after picking up the first down. Trying to cash in and make it a two-score game. Pressure up the middle. Nussmeier setting up the screen. Threw it low. The Bauer sharp.
When they have multiple options for Garrett Nussmeier.
Gets rid of this one cleanly, and a turn back to the inside for a first down. But that is play clock at 2. Low snap. Steps up, fires to the end zone. Trey'Nez Green with the catch down to the line.
He's going, you know, Trey'Nez Green down there somewhere. I'm just going to put it up in his vicinity. Look at the athleticism. I mean, that is a really tough catch. The coverage is really
backfield. There's Green. Leading blockers. Durham to the goal line and stops short. Now Durham is the running back. They're going to go QB sneak under center, and Nussmeier stops short. Jalen Kilgore. Sharp and Pyburn in the backfield, leading the way for Durham. Got tripped up and taken down. That'll be a loss of 2. Shane Beamer immediately.
Stewart knifed through the C gap here and met Bauer sharp, and watch the impact here.
South Carolina.
Blew him up.
The second of the half. 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute 50 seconds. 150.
That is a heck of a play. A little trouble with the snap, but watch Dylan Stewart. I mean, that made the play, right? Caden Durham had to bounce outside, nowhere to go.
Thank you.
Really big night, but this team, LSU, you mentioned the imperfections. The